Hello and welcome to the first lecture. So I'm going to assume that you are an absolute beginner and this is your first time opening Blender. In this lecture, I'm going to explain how to navigate through Blender's user interface and also how to use its hotkeys. You can find the keys and buttons that I'm pressing in the left bottom corner of the screen. A default Blender scene has a camera, a default cube, and a point light. We won't be needing the camera and the point light because we can add them later inside Unity game engine. We can delete them by pressing X and confirm, or by simply pressing the delete button. When selecting an object in Blender, an outline shader will be displayed, indicating that it's currently selected. To rotate around the scene, hold the scroll wheel and drag the mouse. To zoom in and out, simply scroll the mouse wheel. To pan, hold Shift and use the scroll wheel to change and pan the perspective. Now, let's say you're far from the origin of the Blender scene, and when trying to pan or trying to rotate around the scene, it's still not helping that much. So to fix this, hold Shift and press C. Also, you can select the cube, or also you can select the cube here from here in the collections tab. And by setting the mouse here in the Blender's user interface, press numpad. So this will make sure that the perspective is now focused on the current selected object. You can modify an object's position by pressing G for grab and use the mouse to move it freely. You can also specify to a certain axis by pressing Z for the Z axis, X for the X axis, and Y for the Y axis. You can also rotate an object by pressing R and rotate it freely. You can press X to rotate it on the X axis, Y for the Y axis, and Z for the Z axis. To undo, just press the right mouse button, and to apply, press the left mouse button. To undo, also you can press Ctrl Z. You can scale an object by pressing S and specify it to a certain axis by pressing Z, X, and Y. Now, you can add objects in Blender by pressing on the Add button from here and going to Meshes, and you can find a lots of objects. You can also add objects by pressing holding Shift, and pressing A, and the same tab appears in here. You can go to Meshes and add a cube, for example. Now, this is it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we'll be focusing on the actual modeling.